Okay, right guys, so let's get serious. So the number one biggest mistake that I see when it comes to people wanting to lose weight, transform their body, change their physique, shape their body, whatever you want to call it, transformation, is it comes down to the goal setting process. And if you've asked my opinion, the two most important things or two most important aspects of your goal is one, it has to be clear, and number two, which is the most important, it has to be a motive. But we'll talk about number one first of all, so making a clear goal. Okay, so what's a clear goal? So someone comes into me and they say, you know, I want to be a bit fitter and a bit healthier. Vague, completely useless, okay? So we can use that as a starting point though. We can say, right, so you want to be fitter and healthier, what does that really mean? Oh, I want to lose, I want to lose 10 kilos. Okay, so we can say, well, what's your weight today? 85 kilos, so you want to be 75, 10 kilos to lose, roughly half a kilo a week for the average person is a good goal. Obviously some people can lose more, so it's going to take you roughly 15 to 20 weeks to get there. Okay, so that's our end point, starting points here, and along the way we can say, right, we're measuring at roughly half a kilo a week. I can set goals along as we go. That's clear. We have a clear end point where you want to go, and we can clearly measure progress as we go, so we know if we're doing the right things or the wrong things, which is great, and that takes care of the kind of the science side of things. And gives us an idea of making sure you're on track. But, and probably the most important thing, is setting an emotive goal, getting that emotive aspect to it. So what do I mean by emotive? So the emotive is, how is about that combination of what you really want from your training and your body, and how you feel about it now and how you want to feel about it. So, for example, obviously now it's come up to summer. The biggest one is, it's bikini season or swimsuit season. You put your favourite bikini on, how do you feel in it? Realistically, how do you feel? Do you feel confident? Do you feel sexy? Do you feel, can you enjoy yourself when you're wearing it? Do you feel conscious? Do you want to hide away? Do you look in the mirror or take a picture and go, oh, I feel disgusting, or I've got lumpy bits that I hate? Whatever it is, that's when we start to talk about, emotive goals, yeah? And, normally it's, you want to look at something. There's two ways we can look at it. We can look at it as from a pain perspective. So, that's using words like, I feel disgusting, I feel lumpy, I feel frumpy, whatever it is you want to use to describe yourself. That's going to give you a bit of a push to get you going, and get you going for the hard spots. And then we need to work on kind of maybe a positive aspect and just say, well, in your head, how good is it going to feel that, when you lose your 5 or 10 kilos and you're walking down the beach, the sun's shining, you're feeling confident with your friends, your family, your partner, your kids, whatever, and you feel good, you can enjoy your bikini. That's the positive aspect that kind of pulls you towards it. If we can get both of those things, but definitely the push is the most important, that will help push you through those days where you don't want to train, you can lose your focus, you've blown your diet out. That will get you back on track the quickest, yeah? But you've got to be brutally honest with what you want, how you feel currently about your situation. Doesn't matter what I say, what words I use, it has to be your words, because that's what's going to connect to your emotions, yeah? So I'll give you like 3 examples to my head. Obviously, number one is obviously the bikini. So you get your favourite bikini, or say you want to drop a bikini size. You put it on. I always say take a picture. It's probably better than the mirror, because sometimes the mirror can kind of lie to you. Take a picture, and then look at yourself and just go, oh, Jesus, well, say for example, most harsh, I just feel fat and disgusting, got these lumpy bits that go over out, I want to do something about them, get rid of them, tighten myself up so that I can look, slim, sexy, fit, whatever on the beach, enjoy wearing my bikini. That's great, yeah, because you can keep it in the back of your head, right, I feel horrible about it at the moment, but if I keep on, the path that I'm on, I'm going to eventually get to the point where I feel confident, feel sexy, and I can enjoy myself down the beach, and it's great. Okay, number 2, which I've had recently, is I want to lose 10 kilos, within the next few months, because we've got a massive school reunion coming up. So I'm going to see old friends I haven't seen 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. And since I've seen them, I've put on loads of weight, and I feel really uncomfortable about myself. And I don't want that to be the only thing that they notice about me, that's changed in those years, yeah? Beautiful, yeah? So we can say, right, so the pain is, you feel fat or very overweight, however you want to word it. Again, important, your words. See people haven't seen for a long time, so the push is, you don't want them to just say, oh God, talk about, oh God, hasn't she put on weight, or hasn't he put on weight, whatever it is, and you want to feel confident, you want to feel lean, and you can go in and say to your friends, oh, you're looking good, oh yeah, great, I lost 10 kilos in the past few months, getting ready for this school reunion, and you can have a talk about it, you can enjoy it, and obviously, it's that, that again, it's that pain, but you've got to be really brutally honest with yourself, okay? So I'll go for another third example for you, which is probably more of a male thing. If males aren't interested in aesthetics, it's usually strength, to do with the kind of dominant alpha male thing. So say I know you work in an office, a new manager's come on board, and this dude does CrossFit 5 times a week. He's like a human machine. He looks strong, he looks thick, he looks athletic. You see the women, like the look of him, all the rest of it, and you want to try and steal a bit of his thunder. You feel a bit uncomfortable around him, you feel a bit like feel like a bit of a beta or omega male around him. So you want to get into your strength. You say, right, I want to, my goal, I can't do any chin-ups. I want to do 5 chin-ups, so I feel confident around this guy, and I know that we're on a level peg. That's fine. I know it sounds ridiculous to some people because it's not tied into what you want, but whatever it is, it's got to be your goal. You're going to be connected to it. It's got to be emotive, and it's going to stir up emotions that's going to drive you through and get you great results, because that's the key. If it's just a real flat, by the numbers go only, or really vague, you'll stick with it for a week, maybe 2, and then your diet will be wayward, your training will be half-hearted, and it will just be an absolute waste of time. And before you know it, next year will roll around, he's in exactly the same position, still trying to get the same goal, and you'll go through the same process again. So my number 1 tip, set a clear and emotive goal. It's got to use words that talk to you, and try to use the pain and a kind of a pleasure aspect to it. Probably the pain is the most important, but be brutally honest with you and use language that kind of focuses you and kind of stirs you up into, right, I've got to get got to get on track, I've got to get in shape. Okay, so emotive goal, very important. So think about what you want out of your training, what you really want, and think about the reasons why. Get really connected to it, and that's my number 1 tip. That's the number 1 mistake that I see every single time when I get new clients on board. So bear that in mind, set some realistic, emotive goals, and stick to them, and you'll be more consistent than you were if you didn't.